Hey legends, back again on Day of News in WWE, your daily dose of WWE chaos and excitement. Subscribe, hit that bell, and let's roll into the action. Chaos, that's the only word that fits what went down on Raw last night. The entire WWE Universe was left in disbelief, stunned, disgusted, and furious. What happened to Seth Rollins wasn't just betrayal, it was treason. The man who called himself the Vision, the same man who reinvented himself from architect to messiah to champion, was left bloodied, humiliated, and betrayed by the very group he created. And at the heart of it all stood Paul Heyman, smirking, calm, and pulling the strings like the devil himself. The Vision's fall, Seth's faction, the Vision, was supposed to symbolize redemption through evolution. Rollins personally hand-picked its members, rising stars like J.D. McDonough, Austin Theory, and the unpredictable Karrion Kross. Together, they were meant to represent a new era for Seth and a new future for WWE. But last night, that dream imploded. After a grueling title defense against Finn Balor, Seth could barely stand. The crowd roared, chanting his faction's name, believing in his rebirth. Then, out of nowhere, Karrion Kross entered the ring. His stare was cold, unreadable. What looked like a celebration turned into a massacre. One vicious strike to the back of Seth's neck sent the champion crashing to the mat. Within seconds, McDonough and Theory joined in, stomping him mercilessly. The betrayal was swift and brutal. Kross grabbed a microphone and said coldly, "The Vision was never yours, Seth. It was ours. You were just the face. And now the face is gone, the puppet master revealed. And then, the unthinkable happened." Paul Heyman walked out, calm, confident, and smiling. The arena erupted in boos so loud they shook the rafters. Everyone understood instantly. Heyman was behind it. He entered the ring, knelt beside Seth's broken body, whispered something into Kross's ear, and nodded. Moments later, Kross delivered one final doomsday Saito onto a steel chair. As Seth lay motionless, Heyman raised the hands of his new disciples. Commentary was chaos, Corey Graves shouting in disbelief, Michael Cole's voice cracking as he declared, "Paul Heyman has taken control of the Vision." The betrayal was complete. Backstage shockwaves later footage showed Seth being stretchered out, unconscious and bloodied. The locker room stood in silence. Even Triple H looked shaken. But as Raw went off the air, WWE's official channels went dark, until 3 a.m. That's when a mysterious video appeared online, titled "From the Shadows," a message to Paul Heyman. The lunatic returns. The video was grainy, filmed in an empty warehouse. Dripping water echoed through the darkness. Then the camera turned, and there he was. Dean Ambrose. Disheveled hair, leather jacket, eyes filled with fury. He didn't smile. He didn't move. For 30 tense seconds, he just stared. Then he spoke. His voice was low, steady and venomous. "Heyman, I see what you're doing. You think you can break him like you broke Roman. You think you can build your empire on broken brothers. But you forgot something. I've seen your kind before." The silence afterward was suffocating. Then Ambrose continued, darker now. "You've spent your career hiding behind killers. Brock, Roman, Seth. You whisper poison in their ears, then vanish when it's time to bleed. But I'm not one of your monsters, Paul. I don't follow gods. I burn them." Heyman's arrogance. The next morning, Heyman appeared on a live WWE talk show, smirking like nothing had happened. When asked about Ambrose's message, he chuckled. "Dean Ambrose. You mean John Moxley? Please, that man's been bleeding in bingo halls pretending to be a rebel. I create legends. He follows them. That line broke the internet. Even long-time Heyman supporters couldn't defend it. Fans were outraged. He had just poked the one man you don't provoke, the lunatic fringe himself." The shadows close in later that night, during SmackDown. Footage surfaced of Heyman's car with shattered windows. On the hood, spray-painted in red, TikTok. Security footage was inconclusive, but everyone knew who had sent the message. Backstage, tensions were boiling. The Vision was already fracturing. Austin Theory and Cross argued violently. McDonough told officials he wasn't going to be anyone's pawn. Cracks were forming, and Ambrose was exploiting every single one. Signs of the return during Raw the following week. Subtle glitches appeared in the broadcast. Flickering lights, distorted whispers, flashes of a scratched A symbol on the Titantron. The WWE Universe could feel it. Something, or someone, was coming. Then came the teaser. A black screen, a single heartbeat echoing. Then Ambrose's voice. "I warned you, Paul." But warnings don't work on men who think they're gods. Static, the crowd went wild. The arena erupts, speculation reached a fever pitch. Some said Ambrose would return at Survivor Series. Others whispered that his appearance might not even be sanctioned, that he was acting outside the system entirely. But what happened next proved no one was ready. The main event that night was set. Karrion Kross versus Seth Rollins. But as the match began, the cameras caught chaos backstage. Heyman pacing nervously, security everywhere. Then a crash. A guard lay unconscious. A crowbar rolled across the floor, spray-painted on the wall behind them. "The Vision dies tonight." Heyman's face went pale. He whispered, "He's here." The return of the lunatic moments. Later, Seth's music hit. The crowd erupted. Bandaged, limping, but full of rage, Rollins marched to the ring. He grabbed a mic. "You think you can break me? You think the Vision belongs to you? You stabbed me in the back, Paul, but tonight I burn it all down, and I'm not doing it alone." The fans erupted into "Shield, shield, shield" chants. Backstage, Heyman screamed at his guards, "He's bluffing!" Then the camera cut to the parking lot. A black muscle car screeched in. The door opened, and Dean Ambrose stepped out. Same jacket, same cold stare. He looked into the camera and said one thing. "Heyman, I'm home." Brothers reunited inside the arena. The noise was deafening. Seth smirked through the pain. The Vision crumbled from within. Theory walked out. McDonough refused to fight, leaving only Kross and Heyman. Seth and Kross went to war. Steel, sweat, and fury filled the ring. Just as Kross seemed to have control, the lights flickered again. On the screen, Ambrose, walking through the halls, methodical, unstoppable. Every guard he passed dropped like a fallen domino. Kross turned toward the screen, distracted. Rollins hit a curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. The crowd exploded. The reckoning, the Titantron, cut to Ambrose standing outside Heyman's door. "Your move, Paul." He kicked it open. Heyman screamed as Ambrose grabbed him by the collar. Security rushed in, but Ambrose fought them off, eyes blazing. "You built your empire on our blood. Roman's pride, Seth's pain. You called it business." But to me it's personal. Kross tried to intervene, but Rollins arrived, limping, fists flying. Together, the brothers reunited, unofficially, wordlessly, taking down the Vision's monster. Ambrose lifted Kross and powerbombed him through a table as sparks flew. The Shield's Shadow Seth and Ambrose locked eyes for the first time in years. The crowd roared. "Shield! Shield! Shield!" echoed through the arena. Ambrose broke the silence first. "You still trust too easy." Rollins smirked. "Yeah, but I never stop fighting." They nodded, not as allies yet, but as men with unfinished business. The Devil's last card outside the arena. Cameras caught Paul Heyman escaping in a car, shaking, muttering to himself. "If they want war, I'll give them one." Then in a dimly lit post-credit scene, Heyman appeared on the phone. "It's time. Bring him in." The camera panned, and standing behind him was a massive, unmistakable silhouette. The audience gasped. Roman Reigns. The screen cut to black with the words, "The final chapter begins."